Guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of the second reproduction. So, let's jump right back in. We were greeted by the cheerful voice of Christina, the servant in charge of us. She was carrying a large plate of meat, undoubtedly another dish for the banquet. It must be tough for you too, Christina, always getting ordered around by a whimsical lord. Oh, no, not at all. He never orders us around. In fact, we servants wish he did it more often. He doesn't? Even though he's utterly self-centered? Well, it seems he's taken a liking to both of you. I've never seen him so cheerful. Cheerful? The word was so unfitting, I cringed. The thought of a cheerful Gardas, all bouncy and excited like a little boy, seemed utterly preposterous. Well, Lord Gardas is a healthy young man. He's at that age, you know. It's natural for him to mess around and get excited around girls. So, you overheard us just now, huh? Christina spoke of Gardas with an almost motherly affection. It made me want to ask how old she was, but that wasn't important right now. I'd grown attached to her over the last month or so just from talking to her every morning. Knowing that she'd overheard me insulting the demon race made me feel awkward, and I couldn't look her in the eye. You say demons wouldn't understand love, but finding a race as passionate as ours would be a difficult task indeed. We would burn our bodies alive for the ones we love. I wonder if it's because of the strong desires our race holds. If we ever seriously fell in love with someone, we'd want to possess every fragment of their soul, their entire being. And because of that, losing someone we love is utterly devastating, just like Lord Gardas' mother, our previous ruler. His mother? Christina gave me a somewhat lonely smile. Yes, his mother fell in love with a human, and together they had Lord Gardas. However, Lord Gardas' father insisted on living his life as a normal human, so they never made a contact. In the end, Lord Gardas' mother was forced to watch his short life come to an end, unable to do anything. The pain became too much for her, and she chose to leave this world and follow him. As I listened, I slowly came to realize why Gardas' words had been so full of pride. I'm sure he never saw his mother's death as tragic, but noble. He must have respected her for going that far for the one she loved. Love, huh? But if that was true, then why didn't he act like that? Why did his actions contradict his words? Like when he kissed that woman earlier. I lightly shook my head, feeling oddly miserable for imagining the woman in Gardas. What he did with other women had nothing to do with me anyway. I knew that, but why was I getting so worked up over it? Gardas' words still echoed in my mind, and they wouldn't leave no matter what I did. It was starting to seriously annoy me. It's probably because I hate him so much. Yes, that has to be it. Why else would I care what he does so much? With that rage-induced matter in mind, I let out a deep sigh. Oh girl, quit lying to yourself. We already know. You've really grown, you know. I said that with deep admiration, gazing at his back as the evening sun shone against it. What? You were still a teenager when we first met, weren't you? We were around the same height back then. How could you do that to me? Grow that tall in 3 years right under my nose? Why are you getting angry over that? I feel like I'm being left behind. I want to be as tall as you know. You're fine just the way you are, princess. I mean, please maintain your current height. But it's not helping things. No wonder Gardas keeps treating me like a brat. I drink milk every day too, so why aren't I getting any taller? I grumbled to myself as I jogged ahead, overtaking Lizette. It's only natural that I have to be taller than you, princess. I need to be your shield, remember? But I want to become your shield too. How unbalanced. This isn't fair. I heard Lizette laugh behind me as I continued grumbling. Oh, you're laughing at me!
No, I'm not laughing at you. I was just reminded of something from way back.
What is it?
The day I first met you, Princess.
Oh, that day, huh?
Yeah, that day. Look out!
Oh, I'm sorry you had to help me, but you're pretty good, actually. What's your name?
I'm Lizette. Huh!
Lizette, huh? Okay, Lizette, you watch my back from now on.
Understood. I, Lizette, will put my life on the line and watch your back, Princess.
Yes, now that you mention it, that was the first time we spoke to one another, too. After that, you did just as I asked and watched my back the whole time, and because of that, I feel safe leaving myself in your hands.
I did say I'd put my life on the line, and actually
Lizette's voice shrunk for an instant, the sound of our footsteps drowning him out.
To me too.
It sounded like he didn't want to finish his sentence. I stopped walking and turned around, eager to hear what he actually said. Sorry, your voice was too quiet. What were you saying?
Don't worry, it's nothing.
I tilted my head and inquired some more, but Lizette just smiled and wouldn't tell me. But still, he had a happy expression on his face, so I didn't pursue it any further. And that's when I realized it. If I wanted to see Lizette's face properly, I had to raise my head and look up. You really aren't a teenager anymore, are you? The thought made me feel somewhat lonely, but it made me feel happy too. What an odd feeling. As we kept walking, I glanced down towards Lizette's shadow and found myself thinking about how big it was compared to mine. Oh my god, girl. Alright, time to go to the pub. What's going on here?
Oh, Lady Christina, you came too.
Only because of all the noise. I could hear it from outside, you know.
I told you to stop making fun of me.
Isn't that...
My, they really are making a racket.
Oh no.
Come on, don't be so uptight. Have some more. I'd never accept wine from a demon lord.
No fighting allowed in this pub, sir.
Ooh. Hear what he said? Cheer up. I wouldn't put poison in wine as good as this. It'd be your loss if you don't enjoy yourself since you're already here. What do you mean, since I'm already here? You're the one that dragged me over here. Then I'll bring the princess along instead. No! Anything but that! As loyal as ever. That's exactly why I dragged you along instead. I don't know what you're planning here, but I won't let you trick me, you hear? Don't feel like that, come on. I just want a friend to accompany me for a drink. Tell you what, since you seem so unsatisfied, how about we trade? Have a sip and I'll tell you a secret only demons know. Really? Are you serious? Very.
He's in a good mood. What bad taste! He's just teasing poor Lizette.
I can't deny that, but he has taken quite a liking to the pair of you.
I don't think that's something to be happy about.
My apologies then.
Really? Hey, Lizette!
Yes!
How long have you been drinking here for?
Oh, not long. What, gin's here too? Lord Gardus, did you come here to drink alcohol? On a work day of all days, the paperwork back at your office is piled up so high it might crush you if you don't get started soon. Come on, don't be a killjoy. Why not join me for a drink too? The other civil servants were practically in tears begging me to bring you back. I still have a lot of work to do, so no, I can't join you for a drink. Oh, that's a shame. If you've still got work to do, shouldn't you be heading back? What kind of man do you think I am? Meager chores like paperwork take a matter of minutes for me. And since Chris came all the way here too, let's sit back and enjoy ourselves. Hey, Gardus, don't touch the princess's hand. I can't hear you. You? Like I said, no fighting in my pub, please. Oh dear, nobody's afraid of the Demon Lord these days. Alright, pub again. Here we go. Ooh, I was so close, so bloody close. Now, Dr. Samil, you're drinking too much. I'll drink as much as I want. I was one step away, one whole step away from curing Gerard fever. Then the higher-ups said my contract was expiring and they weren't going to finance my research anymore. Now I can't buy the materials I need for medicine. What were the materials again? They were 4-colored coal, holy water, demon killer wine, tears of the sun god, and tears of the moon goddess. Oh, you can get the 4-colored coal by helping out at the theater. Oh, actually, wasn't their performance cancelled after the Lunaria festival incident? Oh, I wish the ingredients would just fall from the sky. Yep, we got a tip. A whole day goes by so quickly. I should go to bed. Death Ride, third month. I'm bored. Yeah. We're gonna skip this scene. So, tomorrow's the day off in the Demon Kingdom, huh? I should go to sleep. Holiday night. Sorry, Lizette, just for today. Could you stay with me? Could you stay with me? Of course I can. But wouldn't staying indoors all day just make you even more depressed? Let's go get some fresh air. Yeah, I suppose. Hey, did you hear about Wind Village? Yeah, it sounded pretty bad. Isn't that kind of heartless of them, assuming it's those champions who did it, of course? Wind Village had become a hot topic in the capital recently. I felt like I was being condemned every time someone brought it up, so I felt gloomy no matter where I went. Princess, you don't look too well. Are you alright? Huh? Yeah, I am. I just feel a little tired. Don't worry about me. Lizette probably knew the real reason. It only took him one look at my expression to make him start watching me, his eyes betraying his concern. Lizette's had it tough too. I wasn't the only one feeling regret over the village. Lizette came with me to rescue the villagers, so he probably feels just as bad. We couldn't save anyone. No, Lizette played with the village children and made friends with them, so he probably feels even worse about it than I do. And yet he was still worrying about me. I'm sorry. You're probably far more depressed than I am because of the children. Yeah, I was furious. I even found myself wishing I could kill those fake champions with my bare hands.
My eyes flew open in shock. Lizette was the kindest person I've ever met. I would never have expected him to say something like that. My chest tightened as I slowly began to realize just how deep his grief ran. What were we going to do now? Who was our real enemy? Where should we draw the line between good and evil? I was completely lost. I couldn't believe anything anymore. Even the ground and the people around us felt like mere illusions. Lizette, But just as I opened my mouth, I saw a woman heading towards us. Her appearance stood out from the crowd and she stumbled as she walked. Slowly, she came to a stop a few feet away from us. With her head low, she reached into her clothes and pulled something out. A metal object that glinted in the sunlight with a blood-red radiance surrounding it. It was... Give me back my child! Up close, it was obvious who it was. She was a woman I'd met when Gardas took us to the Wind Village. Maybe she'd seen me on the day the village was destroyed and misunderstood. The woman looked straight at me, her warped expression covered in sorrow and her bloodshot eyes glittering. My instinct screamed at me to run, but I couldn't move. I couldn't tear my eyes away from her. She mumbled her words as if chanting a curse, letting her voice get louder and louder until she was screaming. Give him back! 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 The woman raised the dagger and dashed forwards. I should have reacted. I should have run away, but I wasn't even looking at the dagger. All I could see was the tears pouring out of her eyes. So I made someone cry like this as well. The blade was right in front of my eyes, even though her movement seemed slow to me. I wouldn't move. I just stood there and thought to myself, so this is my punishment, huh?
Princess, watch out!
The clanging sound of a blade falling to the floor made me snap back to reality. Are you all right, Lady Christina? A guard had rushed over towards us. He must have heard Lizette's cry and the woman's scream from earlier. To them, I was an important guest of the Demon Lord. If someone tried to harm me, even if that someone was a demon, then the guards were obligated to rush in and intervene. They were obeying Gardas' orders from the other day.
How dare you try to harm His Majesty's guest? You'll be punished for this.
The guard grabbed the woman's arm and yanked her up from the ground. But the woman barely seemed to notice. She was still murmuring to herself, her empty eyes gazing up at the sky above. No, it's fine. It's only natural for someone to lose themselves after the death of their child. Don't blame her for this.
But...
take her somewhere peaceful and let her calm down. Punishing her will just darken everyone's hearts further.
Yes, my lady, I understand.
I watched them walk away, the guards supporting the woman as they went.
Why did you forgive her? She attacked you because you're a champion, princess.
Didn't I just explain it?
Is that why you didn't even try to dodge it?
Lizette? I looked back at him, surprised by his sudden anger. He was biting his lower lip with a furious expression on his face, his gaze fixed on the stone pavement.
You did everything you could to try and save Wind Village, so why do they have to hate you? Why? Doesn't it infuriate you, princess?
Thank you, Lizette, but you don't need to be so angry about it. It's just retribution for everything I've done in the past. If they want to attack someone who killed their loved ones, then I have no right to complain. So, Lizette, if anything happens to me... Lizette? He hugged me from behind, interrupting my sentence. His rough, pained breath brushed against my ear, making my heartbeat pound in my chest.
I really like it when you're kind, princess, but that kindness is going to cause you harm. Or But if that kindness is going to cause you harm, then I'd rather you threw it away. I'd throw all my hatred onto the world if you ever died, so please, don't say something so sad. If the guilt's making you suffocate, then let me shoulder your sins for you. I'll carry them with me forever, even if they send me straight into hell.
Lizette! My whole body was wrapped in his arms, filling my wayward heart with kindness. I could feel Lizette's broad chest through my back, making me feel like he really could shoulder everything for me. You've really grown up.
Huh?
Nothing. But that is actually all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!